Recently, I finished reading and put a review up for the biography graphic novel about Stan Lee by Tom Scolio. I'm sure I'm saying the last name wrong. But he also had a Jack Kirby one. And I just finished reading that one called Jack Kirby, The Epic Life of the King of Comics. And I was curious because I felt like the Stan Lee one really did Stan dirty. I felt like it made him out to be a bad guy for the most part. And I was wondering, would they do the same thing with Jack Kirby? Would they make him out to be a rude person or just an inconsiderate person too, Just not likable. Well, there are some moments where they do that. Um, but for the most part, they make everything from his perspective and they show everything as if it was all terrible. He never got his due in Marvel. He never got his due in DC. His life was terrible because of the stuff he experienced in war, which I did not know most of that stuff. Like, there's a lot in here I didn't know, but I didn't know how traumatic his war experience was on him. And I didn't even know his inspirations that he had. But it seemed like they also were being like, yeah, all those things Stan Lee did, it was all Jack Kirby. Stan Lee doesn't deserve any of the credit, and Jack Kirby is the man. He's the one you should respect. He's the one who deserves all your praise. And I mean, well, looking at the graphic novel itself, quickly going to that, I'm not a fan of the artwork. It just does not work for me. I don't like how everyone is normal except for Jack Kirby, which of course this is the Stan Lee part in it. I do like how they do brief moments of Stan Lee and some for his wife, and they're a different color. That's kind of nice. But it's all like this. The majority of it is just, pictures with words and paragraphs above them. If I wanted that, I would read a biography. I would actually read an actual book, and I think I could enjoy it more. It just seems like this guy has more of affiliation or love for Jack Kirby than he does for Stan Lee or the others. I might be wrong, and I know I'm biased, but I also think the truth about what happened, because we weren't there, we'll never know. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think it's between Jack Kirby's story and Stan Lee's story and Steve Ditko's story and everybody else. So, can I recommend reading this? It's going to be really hard to read. I would say pick up an actual biography instead of this book.